Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. So, Rolling Stone has another list out 50 terrible songs on great albums. And I follow the YouTube channel Taste Like Music on Twitter. So, I want to give them a shout out. And I do know one of the songs. And so, when it comes, I haven't seen the whole list, but I know there's one particular song on the list that I disagree with, and so does Taste Like Music. Here we go. So we got Taylor Swift, The Police, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Britney Spears, The Beatles, of course, Guns N' Roses, and a few others. And please know that I'm not probably going to know all of the songs, but if you know certain songs that I don't, let me know if you agree or not with Rolling Stone. Everybody agrees with Rolling Stone. Here we go. Right away. Yeah, this is the one. Uh, and like I said, Taste Like Music disagreed. They both think it's a great song, and so do I. It's, and also, Octopus's Garden, I guess some Beatles fans don't care for. I think it's a fun, dark humor, and it's a really good song. The Beatles did everything, right? They weren't always serious, and this was just kind of a silly song. I understand supposedly, the Beatles, Ringo and John were kind of complaining, and probably George, about redoing the song so many times. Anybody would get tired of doing that, I guess, but I think it's a great song. So I disagree. Ballad in Plain D. I'm not, I've heard the album, but I don't remember it. So let me know if you agree with that. Ballad in Plain D. I know Glenn Kellaway from the Basement is a huge fan. Don't know this. I've never, I think, I think I have heard Pavement, but it was a long time ago. So Hit the Plane Down. Let me know if that song is just god awful. Pixies Silver. I've heard Doolittle, great album. And I don't remember the song now, but I enjoyed Doolittle, all of it. So I don't remember any bad songs on it. Yep, that's a bad song. Guns N' Roses. I'm not a fan of Guns N' Roses. Anything goes. Okay, so Ziggy Stardust, it's not my favorite David Bowie album, but it is for a lot of people. But I still love the album. It Ain't Easy is one of my least favorite on the album, but it's still not a bad song. It's still really well done. So I disagree again, Rolling Stone. Stone Roses, never really got into them. Don't Stop. Yeah, I do agree with this. I'm not a fan of U2's pop, except for maybe a couple of songs. And there were some not great songs on the album. And yeah, the Playboy Mansion, I remember not being very good. The Doors, get out of here. There's not a single, on the Jim Morrison Doors albums, I don't think there's a single, for me, there's not a single bad song. So Rolling Stone is wrong again. Um, yeah, Illegal Alien hasn't really aged well, you know, but besides, the lyrics, the subject matter, I guess, song wise, is it a bad song? No, it's catchy. It's not one of the best Genesis songs for me, but it's not a bad song. Neil Young, Ragged Glory. I don't believe I might have heard the album once, but I don't remember it. Yeah, Neil's had, you know, a few bad songs, I would say. And let me know if you think Mother Earth is a bad song. Not into Harry Styles. Very talented from what I've seen, but treat people with kindness. No, no, no. There's no, you know, of course there's songs of the Beatles I like less than other songs, but for me there's no bad Beatles songs. That's right. Even Revolution 9, I think, is great for what it is. Taylor Swift, don't really listen to. Husker Du, How to Skin a Cat. I've never heard that from the album New Day Rising. Does that song suck? Let me know in the comment section below. The Velvet Under. That's a cool song. There's once again the Lou Reed Velvet Underground, those 4 core albums. As usual, I like some. I love some songs more than others, but they're all great. No, I disagree with that too. I think that's a cool tune from Combat Rock. I think Combat Rock is kind of underrated. Although my favorite is Sandinista, as I always say. Let's go past him. I'm sorry, just don't want to talk about him. Bob Dylan again. Joey. I've heard the album Desire, but that was a long time ago. Let me know if Joey is is like a bad song. It shouldn't have been on Desire. No, that is, I think they were short of material, so they each had a solo turn, and that was Rick Wakeman's. He had to do it tells the story here, but it doesn't take away from a great album. I don't mind that being on the album. It's short and it's fun. Oh, this is sacrilegious. The Battle of Epping Forest. I know that Tony Banks wasn't too happy with Peter Gabriel. It was meant to be an instrumental. And then Peter Gabriel, wanted to sing on it, and he did. I think it's not my favorite Genesis song by any means, but I think it's great. Yeah, even Phil Collins. It's like 300 words per line. There was no space. All the air had been sucked out of it. But, I think I want to do a video sometime soon about bands or solo artists that kind of put down their own music. I wish they wouldn't do that. I don't know. That's just me. Or, they put down an album that they've done. There's Neil Young again. I don't remember that song. Harvest Moon. Such a Woman. Is that song bad? Oh. This is why Rolling Stone sucks. Seriously. The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. One of the greatest 60s albums. Poor Bob Dylan. Rainy Day Women. Everybody Must Get Stoned. I don't know if it's a great opening to Blonde on Blonde, right? But the song itself, I love the song. So. Madonna, Dear Jessie. I did buy Like a Prayer back in the day, but it's been years since I've heard it. So I don't remember the song, Dear Jessie. The Who Squeeze Box. kind of kind of annoying in a way. But, you know, back in the day, I thought it was fine. It was, you know, not one of the great Who songs. And even today, I don't know. It's not a bad song, but it's not my generation. So I disagree. Like it's just one song on an album, kind of similar to Maxwell's Silver Hammer, just, you know, kind of a humorous song. No idea about that one. I just didn't buy any Britney Spears albums. I'm sorry. Grateful Dead, maybe Glenn will let me know about this one. What's Become of the Baby? Yeah, that's from Pendulum, which I feel is a very underrated album. And I used to think, you know, I used to kind of ignore that song. And about a few months back, I was playing it a couple of times and I realized, you know, Rude Awakening #2, I think they were kind of influenced, of course, by Revolution 9. Uh, but it's interesting. It's, like I said, it's one track on an album. And I don't mind it at all now. It's different for, you know, especially for CCR. So, Neil Young again. There's a World. I love that song. Uh, the Lady of My Life. Yeah. There were some weaker songs, of course, on Thriller. The Girl Is Mine, of course. The Lady of My Life. Not one of his best songs, but still, it was part of one of the greatest albums of all time, you know. So it's part of the album. I don't mind it, you know. This one, I would say back in the day, years ago, I didn't really understand the lyric, you know, when I was younger. I just thought it was another great Beatles song. And then, of course, through the years, hearing from other people, oh, you know, I'd rather see you dead and all that, kind of like abuse of women and all that. I understand that. But the song itself, maybe not the greatest way to end Rubber Soul, but the song itself and John's vocals, it's not a bad song to me. The Angel, I've heard Greetings from Asbury Park, but I don't really know the song. So let me know if it's a stinker. Taylor Swift again, Bad Blood. No idea. The Smiths, that's a good song. Rolling Stone is so stupid. Once again, it's the Beatles' White Album where they did about 500 different genres. And once again, it's humorous. It's not one of the Beatles' best songs, but I still love the song. Let me know in the comment section below if you think if it shouldn't have been on the White Album. Bob Dylan again. Glenn, help me out here. Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts from Blood on the Tracks. Once again, I've heard the album, but I'm not a huge Dylan fan, so not that familiar with the song. Factory, that was an okay song. I'm not a big Bruce Springsteen fan. Yeah, I do like him. That's an okay song. Not really into the Eagles. I bought Hotel California back in the 70s, but that was a long time ago. I never bought Homegrown by Neil Young, Florida. Top 10. That's a very cool track from the Stooges. It's long, but yeah, 10 minutes. It's a cool track. I like it. Here we go with the Beatles. Oh, thumbnail. The Beatles, good morning, good morning. Once again, like John Lennon kind of put it down. It was like, from a cereal box or whatever, and he doesn't think it's a great song, but that's just him. I think it's not one of my favorite Beatles songs, but it's still a great song. Love the guitar solo in it. It's from Sgt. Pepper. Oh, Rolling Stone. Oh, it's The Who again. That's a fun song. I guess they don't like humor in in rock songs. From The Who, Sell Out. That's a fine song. Okay. I'm a huge Beach Boys fan, especially in the last year or so. Surf's Up is such a great album. I do agree. I wouldn't say Student Demonstration Time is a bad song, but it's really kind of out of place on that album. And then the production, it's so loud, or like the production that's just off on it. So I wouldn't say it's a bad song, but it's just an okay song. Once again, voices of old people. I think that's very sweet. It's two old people talking. It's very short. It's not Bridge Over Troubled Water. I'm sorry. But it's part of a full album, which, Bookends is a classic. So. Love that picture of Ozzy. FX. Yeah. On almost all those Black Sabbath early albums with Ozzy, they would have this little short interlude or acoustic number or whatever, or effects, which is weird, right? But it's short, so it doesn't take away from the album. So I think it's fine. Elton John, Jamaica Jerk Off. It's been a long time since I've heard Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Let me know if that is a bad song. That's a bad song. No, I'm just not a fan of Guns N' Roses. But I'm sure the Guns N' Roses fans will let me know. I did buy Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. And I don't remember, at the time, disliking any of the songs. So, is that the one where he's challenging somebody? I'm not sure if that's the song, but number 2, Pink Floyd, Seamus. That, especially back in the 70s when the album came out, I did find the dog barking annoying. But these days, the song itself is sweet and it's a lighthearted song. So it's not bad at all. It's part of the great album metal. I bet number 1 is the Beatles. No, the Police. The Police, Mother. Yeah. I kind of do agree with that. Kind of an annoying song, but once again, it's just, part of a great album. I'm not a big Police fan, but I did have that album back in the day, and I did find that song a bit much, but I never skipped it. And yeah, so that's it. I would love your thoughts in the comments section below. And what did Rolling Stone get right? And which ones do you totally disagree with? Like the ones I disagreed with, especially the Beatles. So yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to thumbs up the video, please. Please subscribe and leave a comment below. Bye.